Hello everyone, this is Dr. Pratiksha Gupta, a senior quality and research expert, and I welcome you all to Career Mudra. So today in this video, I'll be talking about our very favorite Karnataka NEET MDS counseling. Karnataka is a hub of all the premier institutes of dentistry all over the India. If you see the NRF ranking, all the top colleges, all the deemed universities are present in the state of Karnataka. So let's start and see what are the things which are very different in Karnataka counseling and what makes it one of the toughest counseling to appear for. So in the beginning of the video, I would like to inform you that our Career Mudra office is situated in Bangalore, and we at Career Mudra are experts in the Karnataka counseling. We can provide you one-on-one counseling about what are the important criteria that you need to keep in mind, what are the documents that are required, and how to effectively target the counseling in order to get your desired seat. So if you're looking for a one-on-one counseling for the Karnataka state, you can contact me on the number being displayed on the screen right now, and I would be happy to help you. So let's start the video. The first and foremost important thing about any counseling is the eligibility criteria. So let's talk about the eligibility, like who are those people who are eligible for the Karnataka Council. The first criteria is that the students who have studied from Karnataka and are a domicile of Karnataka are the ones who are eligible for the Karnataka counseling. But that's not it. Karnataka is an open state. Students from all over India are eligible to participate in the Karnataka counseling. They have different norms, like what are the seats that you can get. But yes, it's an open state and everybody can participate in the counseling. So that's a really great news because students have this taboo that, ma'am, whether I'm eligible to participate in the Karnataka counseling as I'm not a resident of Karnataka. So yes, you are definitely eligible to participate in the counseling, and you are even eligible to get the top institutes like Bapuji, Davangiri, CODS, Davangiri. You can definitely get a seat in them. Moving forward after the eligibility, I would like to tell you about the application form. So every year, MCC releases the dates for the counseling of the All India and the states. So Karnataka counseling happens like a bit late as compared to the other states counseling. And if you see the application form, there are two very different things that you can see in the application form. First is that Karnataka asks you about your 1 to class 12 details, like from where have you done your schooling. So you have to mention everything about your school with the address, that if you have completed your class 1 to 12 in the same school, you have to enter the option according to that. And if you have completed your 1 to, let's say, class 5 in some other school and then some other school, if you have kept on changing the schools, you have to mention about each and every school. The second very different characteristic feature is the clause. There are many clauses in Karnataka counseling, clause A, B, C, Y. So you have to first go through the information bulletin where you'll get the definition of each clause. And whenever you're filling your form, make sure that whatever clause you enter matches up your situation. Clause is a very important thing, and your complete choice filling depends upon that. In case you enter a wrong clause, it is going to disrupt your counseling. So make sure that you read the clause categories very carefully before doing any kind of filling of the clauses. Moving forward, next we have is the application fee. The application fee for the Karnataka counseling is around 4,000 rupees. And the security fees, the best part is that there's no security fees in Karnataka counseling in the starting of the counseling, like in the first or second round. In the last of the mop-up round, there's a security deposit of 1 lakh rupees. So if you are somebody who's appearing in your state and you have filled the security amount, but you want to try in Karnataka counseling also, I would definitely tell you that you can go ahead with it because there's no security deposit that has to be paid in Karnataka. So it's only the application fee. So once you have registered yourself for the counseling, you have to go to the document verification center in order to submit your documents. Now, what are the documents which are required in Karnataka counseling? See, here is the list of the documents which are required that is being displayed on the screen. Some few documents which are very different from the other states are that you need to get a certificate from your college that your college is DCI approved, and second, you need to get a eligibility certificate from the RUHS, which is Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, if you have done your BDS from Karnataka. So these are the two different documents, and rest all the things you can see here on the screen itself. Once you visit the document verification center, all your documents will be submitted. This is a very important step. None of the states in India they submit your document until and unless you are going to take admission. But in Karnataka, they are going to submit your documents in the first round itself. Once you submit a document there, you will be getting a list of documents which you have submitted. Along with it, there will be a user ID and secret key. This is different for every candidate. Whenever you want to do your choice filling, this user ID and secret key, you have to enter these details on the portal, and then you are able to do the choice filling. Moving forward, once you have submitted your documents, you are back to your place. Now you are going to enter your user ID and your secret key and make the choice filling. Now, choice filling is very different. You cannot just put whatever you want like every other counseling. This happens only and only in Karnataka. Listen this very carefully. Whatever choices you are going to fill in the first round are definite. You cannot add any new choices in the second round. In the second round, you can only shuffle, delete. You cannot add any new choices. So, whatever choice filling you are doing in the first round is the last, I can say. You cannot make any changes apart from shuffling it. So make sure that you add all the colleges nicely, because you're not going to get any new options or any new college options in the further rounds. So this is very different. Second thing is that whatever choice filling you have done, according to that, there will be a mock allotment provisional list published by the counseling center. So you have to see whatever mock allotment you have got, and at the same time you are able to add or change or delete whatever options you want from your choice filling, and your final result will be changed according to that. So suppose today you have got your mock allotment and the choice filling is open till tomorrow, and if you have got any particular college allotted in the mock allotment, you can change it after logging in into your choice filling, and then whatever final result will be published, the college will be allotted based on the choice filling that you have done. So this is about the Karnataka counseling till the choice filling. Once you have got the college and whatever has been allotted to you, whatever branch has been allotted to you, now you have to report to the college, submit your documents, and submit the fees. And moving forward, if you want to make any changes in the counseling, then I'll tell you what are the terms and conditions. So here you can see that there is a flow chart which is being displayed on the screen for you right now. I want you to take a screenshot of this flowchart, because these are the definite terms and conditions of the Karnataka counseling, and I'll be telling you about this in detail. So, if you have got a seat allotted in the first round of the counseling, you are supposed to report to the college and then take admission there if you are satisfied with the college that you have got. In case you are not satisfied with the college you have got and you want to exit the counseling, it is a free exit and you're free to exit from the Karnataka counseling. These are the first two situations. The third and the fourth situation is that if you are satisfied with the college but want to move forward and see what are the other options you can get, you can report to the college, submit your fees to the college, and then you can sit for the second round in the upgradation. And the fourth scenario is that in case you have got the seat and you're not satisfied with the seat, you do not have to report to the college or do anything. You can just sit in the second round instantly. Coming to the second round. Now, in the second round, if you have got any clinical seat allotted to you, be it any branch or any college, you have to take that seat. You cannot appear for the mop-up round, or you can exit from the counseling. In case you have got any paraclinical seat allotted to you, you are eligible to sit in the mop-up round. This is very different from the other states, because in Karnataka, it is definite that in case you get a college allotted in the second round in the clinical branch, you have to take the seat that you have got. And if we talk about the mop-up round, whatever seat you get allotted in the mop-up round, you have to take admission in that particular college. And in case you have got any paraclinical seat allotted to you, you can definitely appear for the last round. Now, if somebody has got a seat allotted in the second round and wants to move forward in the counseling, they are not allowed for that. If you have got the clinical seat allotted, you are supposed to take the seat or leave the seat. You're not supposed to sit, and you're not eligible to sit in the further rounds. In the further rounds also, what Karnataka does is that you have to pay a security fees of 1 lakh rupees. This 1 lakh rupees is non-refundable in case you leave the seat, and it is refundable if you take up the seat. So this is about the terms and conditions of the Karnataka counseling, and as I told you that you can take the screenshot of the flowchart that I have displayed you on the screen. Last, I would like to tell you about the seat matrix, for which I'm going to make another video where I'll be telling you about the seat matrix that is available in Karnataka and what are the seat criteria. They are around 20 plus, as you can see on the screen, seat criteria or the categories which are available in Karnataka, and it is very different from the other states because every seat has a percentage or has a quota, like this much amount of seats has to be reserved for this particular category. So if you're somebody who's falling into any of these category and wants to apply for the Karnataka counseling, make sure to see that what are your seats available during the seat matrix publication and then appear for the counseling according to that. I hope this video was informative for you. If you want more such information, you can directly contact me on the number being displayed on the screen right now, and I can help you with the Karnataka counseling. And for more such informative videos and updates, you can subscribe to our channel Career Mudra. Thank you.